Now, before we get back into sports, let's go. And this was a previous subject I did, I think 2 years ago at about this time. But how the hell is this, if my transition works, how the hell is this still a thing? Daylight savings time versus standard time. States like Arizona, who have wised up, don't even participate in standard time anymore. They are currently always on daylight savings time. So you fall back, you spring forward, you do all that. I can't stand it. If anyone out there has kids, they know when young kids have bedtimes and transitions and like going to work. Now for adults, if you're a college kid or whatever, it might suck. You lose an hour of sleep, but for like the working adult that maybe has kids, this is a huge pain in the ass. So it also affects everyone in the wintertime because sunlight, vitamin D, you wake up, it's dark. You get home from work, it's dark. It sucks. So, Joe, what are your thoughts on standard time? Now, standard time is what we were on. We are currently on daylight savings time. What say you about both of those?
All right. So I have bitter hatred for this whole time change thing. And I guess the most reasonable objection I would have is that suicides go up during this time.
Yeah.
Deaths go up during this time. So we're creating undue stress for absolutely no gain whatsoever. There's no reason for it, and people are dying because of it.
Well, and you took it to an even deeper level. I was just thinking like, you see the sun, it makes you happy, but that all goes into it. Health, mental health, and I believe it's like something called like the Sunshine Law or something they're trying to enact. So, we don't talk politics on this show, but we do mention politics sometimes. This is a bipartisan, no one really, both parties are for this, but it was passed through Congress, it was passed through the Senate. It was introduced by, I believe it was Marco Rubio in Florida, who gets more sunlight than the state of Florida. It's literally the Sunshine State. But they put it through and, so the Senate put it through Congress. It didn't get through Congress, apparently. And I don't know why, but apparently it's been re-legislated. So hopefully this is the last time this happens. I don't know the current standing of the bill, but we need to get rid of standard time, always stay on daylight savings time. So what would your message be to Congress or the Senate or just anyone that has a vote on this situation?
So when I take an accounting for my life, I try to think about things that if they are there versus me removing it, I weigh what they would do for me versus what they cost me.
Yeah.
If you didn't adhere to it, and if you just went straight through and said, screw it, I'm not doing this time, what would you be out? What would change? Nothing.
Yeah.
Zero things.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if I changed it as a policy here and just changed the start time for everybody and said, you know what, we're not acknowledging it this time. But if I get enough people to join me, screw it. We'll just revolt on the whole time.
That's true. Yeah. It literally, like Joe said, it literally costs you nothing. And I think if it's one of those things, it's just like, it's common sense legislature. Just put it through. Like the whole country, I don't want to say the whole country, but the majority of the country is for this, and as are most congressional people, most senators. It's like, why can't we just get this done? So,
okay, so question for you. So let's just say your phone's updated it and all your clocks changed automatically, and nobody told you this was coming. Would you notice?
It's a good question. I don't know. Probably not.
I mean, unless you're working in the middle of a shift, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Like, I think I would notice next winter when it's lighter at 5:30 and 6 instead of like being dark at 4:30 and 5. Like, to me, that is a miserable time of year. Like, especially like after Christmas and like the holidays, like you had mentioned, like holidays are a stressful time for a lot of people. Yeah, we all love the holidays and stuff like that, but not everyone does. Not everyone's got like a really close-knit, tight family or group of friends or whatever to have a support network. And if a little bit more sunlight in those people's life gives them the motivation to be healthier and happier, why not? You know,
Absolutely.
like you said, it hurts nothing. So
yeah.
So put it through. Come on, right?
Next year or in the fall, even. Do you want to do a revolt? You and I?
Yeah. If this isn't done, we will get a revolt going completely.
And so if I have a 10 o'clock with somebody, I'm showing up at 9. Screw you.
We are not falling back. We are staying sprung forward
forever now.
Yes.
And you know what? If the sun gets out of sequence, screw the sun. We'll nuke the freaking sun.
Exactly. I don't need that sun. Oh, by the way, I want to say this too before we move on. Your TED Talk was really good the other day.
Thank you.
And so learned a lot from that. And the reason I brought this up was the man that went before you. I forget his name, but he was talking about solar power, and I dropped a comment underneath, and I don't know if anyone got it, but I said solar power is the wave of the future, but it doesn't happen overnight.
Nice.
I was hoping somebody picked up on that.
I read that and I was like, oh, that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
I didn't catch it.
It was a dad joke. So we always try to mix in a dad joke here and there. So there we go.
That was good, Justin.
Yeah, a little belated, but whatever. So
if you have to explain the joke, it's a sucky joke.
Yeah, but I did the ellipses and everything, so
you have to put the smiley icon, right, or
the winky or the wink face or something.
Then I would have got it.
Yeah. So
okay.
All right, back to sports.